Max, hit that air raid sign. It's time for Monday Morning Fallout. Monday Morning Fallout, of course, when we overreact to everything from the football weekend. We'll start. Get ready. Get ready to overreact. We will start. 3 big thoughts. Thought number 1, offense wins championships.
Yeah.
Offense is up in Texas high school football this year. It is up rather significantly. In fact, last week, in week 3, we had the 2 highest scoring games of the year. We had 162 points scored when Tyler T.K. Gorman beat Orr City 91-71. 91-71. Orr City scored 71 points and lost by 20. We got that. The other one, and the one that's going to get a lot of publicity, because all due respect, a private school and a public school getting together is not going to get the kind of publicity that this will. Andrews beats Levelland 77-76 in overtime. So 70-70 going into overtime. And so you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, scoring is up. And I will tell you it is. Scoring is already up in Texas high school football. And so, for example, last year we had 16 teams average 50 or more points a game.
Right.
16 of them. This year, and I know it's early.
Yes.
This year we have 45. Okay? Now that's going to come down. Okay? The average is going to come down, but we are still there. People are scoring at outrageous rates right now in non-district. And so
fine by me.
Offense is
basketball on grass.
Offense is king right now,
Yep.
and if you can't score, you've got some problems. So right now, offense wins championships. Thought number 2, we got some worrisome signs for Texas college football teams. First of all, hey, remember all those nice things I was saying about Texas Tech's defense?
Oh.
What was the final in that game?
61?
61-51?
Or something
Like that.
Bad.
It was bad.
It was 65,
Tech's offense,
48, I don't know.
Tech's offense looked totally inept, and they looked like they couldn't stop anything. A week after I'd said all these nice things about the good signs they were showing.
68-55.
68-55. All the good things, and then they go and they give up 68 to Arizona State. And I don't think Arizona State's bad, but 68 points is unacceptable. Other troublesome signs, I mean TCU, we'll get to them in a moment, but
they're back and forth.
Yeah, but their inability.
It was a bad spot, or a bad start.
We'll talk about them in a moment. We'll talk about them. Yeah. Another troublesome sign, is it time to start worrying about Baylor's offense? That first half, yuck.
It was bad.
They were bad. Now, they hit the gas in the second half.
Yeah.
But this is I don't think it's necessarily going out on a limb to say that this Baylor offense is a half step slower. Now, I think their defense is a half step faster.
Yeah, the defense looks good. And part of me wonders if it's just they were so reliant on, such good pieces last year, right? And maybe this is more about the process of figuring out, okay, if plan A doesn't work, who are the guys we're going to lean on to get us out of these ruts? And maybe it took them a half to figure it out.
Maybe. But those are some worrisome signs in college football across the state. Finally, now the games matter. In Texas high school football, we are now about to wrap up non-district play. Coach Ken Purcell, my colleague on Fox Football Friday, powered by DCTF, 8 to 11 p.m. on Fox Sports Southwest.
Shameless plug.
He's the guy with the cowboy hat.
Yep.
And he's a legendary coach. He's got 12 state championship rings, okay, as a coach and athletic director. He knows what he's talking about. He always tells me there's 3 seasons, okay? There's non-district, and that's when you kind of get the feeling of figure out who can play and who can't. There's district play when the games count, and then there's a playoffs. We are about to end that first season. We are about to really get into the bulk of district season. So if you're 3-0, great. If you're 0-3, fine. It all starts to matter starting this week. 3 helmet stickers. Want to hand out some helmet stickers? Where'd my helmet go? I had a helmet.
I had to put it down because of our guest.
Oh, that's right.
Sorry.
Okay. 1, White Oak quarterback Heath Hood.
That's quite a line.
Boy, he went off 22 of 34. 498 yards, 5 touchdowns passing, another 2 touchdowns on the ground. Helmet sticker for White Oak quarterback Heath Hood. Houston running back Mulba Carr. I know.
Austin Reagan's finest.
I know it's against Lamar. But in his first game, he looked great. 20 carries, 109 yards, and a touchdown. He showed great burst. If they're going to, we had some questions about who was going to carry the load for Houston. Right now, Kevin Justice and Mulbacar give them a really powerful 1-2 punch out of the backfield.
Yeah.
Really impressive.
Well, you're forgetting Duke Catalan ahead of them.
Also him.
That's pretty good.
I know.
That's a hell of a trio.
That's a really good trio. All three of those guys have looked very good, but I was particularly impressed watching Mulbacar move.
It's okay. I'm still getting used to saying his name in relation to Houston, too.
I know. And finally, another helmet sticker for Frisco Independence running back Dominic Williams.
Yeah.
229 yards, 5 touchdowns on the ground. That is a nice day's work
Pretty good.
for Frisco Independence running back Dominic Williams. 3 teams to watch. May I direct your attention to what Petrolia is doing?
Yeah, sure.
All
I'm
right.
not doing anything right now.
People who may not know, Petrolia is northeast of Wichita Falls. And the Pirates have been a relatively forgettable squad in recent years. But let me tell you, they are 3-0 and looking very, very good. They get a really nice win over Lindsay this past week, and a big reason why they've been so good has been offensively. Their quarterback, Dane Williams, has been really, really good. Defense has done its part. Keep an eye on the Pirates. Petrolia off to a 3-0 start. Very, very impressive. Also, hey, watch out for Texas A&M. I know it's just Prairie View A&M. I know it is.
It was a convincing.
That was
every aspect of the game.
That was that was a drubbing. That is what you want to see from a top 20 team playing an FCS team. You want to see them come out and just drill them, and that's what happened. They shut down Trey Green. Now I still have questions about Trevor Knight. I'm probably not going to be sold on Trevor Knight all year.
Probably.
But you know what? If that defense is going to keep playing like that, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That A&M defense looked fierce and dangerous. And again, I know it's just Prairie View A&M. It's a really, really impressive win. And finally, hey, have you seen what Corpus Christi Ray is doing?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
They are 3-0
Yep.
to start the year as well. And that's, when we think of Corpus Christi, obviously a lot of people think of Cal Allen, which is understandable. But the Texans are 3-0, and they're doing it with a really impressive balanced offense. Their quarterback Brad Breckenridge has been very good, but they got a pair of senior running backs as well, Josh Alvarez and DeAndre Fisher, who have carried the load, and they are 3-0. They're feeling very good. Now, that's an example of a team that I still want to see some more from.
Oh, for sure.
I still want to see some more, but they're 2-0 in district.
And you're going to get a chance to see some more.
They're 2-0 in district. They're 3-0 overall. They're playing Veterans Memorial this week. They're probably going to move to 4-0. Watch out. I'm very high on what Corpus Christi Ray is doing right now. 3 teams to worry about. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about Katy.
I'm not worried. You can worry about them, but I'm not worried.
Okay. They've
I have
looked
a
bad.
feeling I'll be bringing Katy up later in this show.
They've looked bad. They've looked bad.
It's early. It's a lot of new faces.
A lot of new faces. I understand, but they are 1-2. They were very. Let's put it this way: we watched. We had a live look in on Fox Football Friday to the Katy Woodlands game. The Woodlands was the better team.
Sure.
That wasn't a fluke. That wasn't an accident.
Yeah.
The Woodlands was better than Katy.
Yeah.
The defense just doesn't look like itself right now.
Right.
And that is a problem when your offense seems to be, again, about a half step, taking a half step back. Kind of like Baylor, okay? Their offense last year was unbelievable.
Yeah.
If they take a half step back offensively, they're still a good offense.
Right.
But if you're going to do that and then the defense is taking a full step backwards, problematic. I'm a little worried about Katy. Now, the one thing I mentioned this on Twitter. They're going to rattle off, I think, now, Katy Cinco Ranch is not bad, and they play them this week.
They've had a nice start, yeah.
They've had a nice start, and Don Clayton is a legendary coach. He's going to have something. He's going to have something up his sleeve.
And Katy has, in their defense, very tough non-district schedule.
Correct.
Yeah.
But that said, I mean, I think they're going to rattle off probably 7 wins. They're probably going to finish 8-2. Would be my guess right now.
Right.
You look at that D1, how Region 3 is stacking up.
D1's going to be nasty.
D1's going to be.
This might be the nastiest D1 6A
Dickinson,
field we've
Lamar,
ever seen. Yeah.
Dickinson, Lamar, North Shore.
Yeah.
D1 in Region 3 is going to be dangerous. And if Katy's fallen back to the pack, I mean, we could have somebody come out of Region 1 for Region 3 rather for the first time, other than Katy, for the first time in a long time. TCU, I'm worried about them.
You're more worried than I am.
But
I watched it.
They have not.
Did you watch it stem to stern? Because it was
No,
my
I
job
didn't.
to.
I
Yeah.
didn't.
Okay.
I need to go back. I've got it on my DVR.
So for me, I'll throw it out there. Tale of two halves.
Sure.
Kenny Hill looked terrible in the first half. Accuracy very bad. Second half, they really put it together. They found a comfort zone. They found things that worked for themselves. He made good decisions with the football, whether it was moving with his feet, throwing away, any of that stuff. They made a nice run in the second half, and what killed them were the big passing plays by Arkansas as they came back the other way to try and answer at 28-20. I'm upset as a Texas FBS fan because it was a winnable game. Mm-hmm. I think TCU showed they can be better than Arkansas. And you're not going to get many chances like that. You need that signature win. But I think they showed a lot of improvement from South Dakota State.
But I'm concerned that they haven't put together a full game yet. They've had 2 chances.
That's completely reasonable.
And they haven't been able to put together a full game stem this term. Yeah. Finally, we've talked about them before. Hey, Navasota's 0-3.
Yeah.
And who do they play this week? They play somebody tough this week. Let me see. Franklin. No, they don't.
No. Franklin beat them last week.
They play. I've got it. But I mean, they play Stafford, who's 3-0 and crushing people right now. And let me tell you, I get that loss to. Let's go through it. Loss to Franklin.
Franklin's even better than we thought they would be.
They're better than they thought they would. That's a 3 over a 4A, but okay, that's
still.
Fine. They lose to Magnolia West by 1. Okay, that's a 5A over a 4A.
Right.
I guess you say that's you go with it. And by 1 point that can go either way.
Sure.
Losing at Waller, 24-12 that's not a good loss.
No.
That's not a good loss. And all of a sudden you start looking up and down that district. Bridge City's as good as we thought they were going to be. Mm-hmm. I think Silsbee has a chance to put it all together. They're going to make the playoffs, but this is not the same Navasota team.
No.
So that's Monday morning fallout.